What's up, guys? Welcome back to Hero Talk, episode number 5. Wow, episode 5. This is why I like the podcast, because I didn't shower yet. Okay, I'm not gross, but I just haven't showered yet. It's been an extremely busy day. I'm wearing a hat today. That's new. But this is like an emergency podcast, okay? Well, not emergency. I was going to do the podcast no matter what. But, I'm also sick. Can you tell? Emergency podcast because Gavin Magnus just dropped a podcast with someone that we both know's ex-girlfriend, okay? This is why it's important, because I don't like internet drama. I don't do internet drama. I keep it all to the side. But I've always thought certain things about this specific person, okay? He was once a close friend. We're going to call him Ryan. Ryan was once a close friend to me, a close friend to Gavin as well. I can't speak on their relationship because I did not know it, but I can speak on my relationship. Ryan was a good friend. There had been things that I was questioning for some time now, but I let it slide because I'm a nice guy. I like to give everybody a second chance, and everyone deserves a second chance sometimes in certain circumstances, etc. But when I saw the podcast that Gavin did, if you guys haven't seen it, after this video, go watch Bro Code, because this video will make a lot more sense if you watch it to an extent. As this title is called Fake Friends, I was going to just talk about fake friends in general, how I don't like surrounding myself around fake people, fake energy, things like that. Like, I have like 5 best friends. I don't really want to hang out with people that aren't my close friend, if that makes sense. But I'm not trying to paint him to be a horrible guy. Let's just start by saying that. So, fake friends. Where do I even fake friend? Let's start by the fact that when I moved to LA in 2023, me and Ryan were very close. We met at a party and we had a lot of similarities from the start. We were really close. Like I said, we kind of looked similar. Our hair was similar, things like that. And we kind of we were friends, and we hung out a lot in LA. We would still hang out here and there, but the phone works 2 ways. And I feel like I was reaching out more than he was reaching out to me. Kind of thought that was weird. Not really how I roll, but whatever. I'll let it slide. It's just weird. I have so many emotions right now. I just saw the Bro Code freaking video, and we're going to get to that a little bit later in the video. I just want to talk about everything up into what now happened to Gavin and myself, and seems to be a lot of other people, but we're going to get there. We don't talk for like a year and a half. I then went on the Bro Code podcast with him, and everything was cool. And I was like, I miss this friendship. Maybe we can become friends again. So I started reaching out again. We started hanging out. I asked him to be in a couple YouTube videos, and that was when I was living in Newport Beach, and we would just hang out. We'd film. It was good. We were getting close again. And I was like, this is cool. Like, we have our friendship back. And from me living in Newport Beach to then moving to LA, no really weird red flags, I would say. Like, I had known that Ryan was obsessed with money, fame, numbers, clout, people, important people. I don't know. Like, to me, everyone is like the same. I don't really look at people if you have more followers, money, clout, like, that doesn't matter to me. But to Ryan, that mattered a lot, like, clearly. And I'm gonna get to all that in a second. But from Newport Beach to me moving to LA, everything was cool. We would film a lot. We'd film YouTube videos. It was awesome, and it was so much fun. I would help him all the time with YouTube video ideas. I helped him plan ideas, because when I'm your friend, I'm a friend, and we're close. I do everything for you, and I try to help you, and I want to help you. I want to be there for you, because that's what a friend is. And again, a friend is 50-50. You put in work and effort, and I put in work and effort too. Obviously, LA. I moved to LA. We're still very close. We're getting closer and closer and closer at this point. Every time he would come over, not every time, most of the times when he would come over, he would love to talk about money. This guy and how much money someone else had mattered so much. I don't know why. I don't. have no idea why. Who cares? Like, why does it matter how much money someone has or doesn't have? Like, I always thought that was a little bit of a red flag, but again, not enough for me to care and be like, oh, actually, that's super weird. He would also be obsessed with numbers, clout, people with numbers. We'll just say numbers in general. Where do I even start? I mean, it would just always be like, oh, well, if I film a video with this girl, like, bro, we're both gonna grow so much from it. Or if I film with this guy, it's gonna do so good. Like, yeah, like we have to go to these TikTok parties and film with these young TikTokers because it's gonna do so well. Which I'm gonna play devil's advocate here. I think because we're a little bit older, I'm not saying we're super old, but there's also other creators that are way older that I know very well that film with young people, and it's weird. That being said, yes, we're a little bit older, and I always felt a little uncomfortable filming with people that are like 14 and 16, etc. Because I'm not super old, but I just like, that's just weird. I don't know. It feels uncomfortable. I don't really like it. It just never sat right with me because they're so young. You know, they're kids. They're literally kids. I understand that if we built a connection with these kids and filmed with them, yeah, sure, the videos would probably do good. They would. I mean, that's just facts. But I wasn't obsessed with it, and I wasn't saying that we need to film with them. You know, I just thought that was a little bit off and weird. So when that all happened and went down, I was just like, okay, like, you do that. I'm just going to sit here and not worry about any of that. So that just goes back to the point where it's like, oh, but this person's doing this, and so we should film. He always talked about other people and what they had going on. Like, worry about yourself. And we're going to get to that in a second, actually. The girls thing with this kid was nuts. And I was like, bro, like, it's fine. Who cares what other people are doing? Who cares if someone has 1 million followers or this or that? And the way that he would talk about himself, he made it seem like he was, I don't even know, Justin Bieber. Like, oh, I have 1 million followers and across all platforms and I deserve this. It's like, bro, none of us deserve anything. If someone wants to work with us, if someone wants to do something with us, great. If they don't, they have no obligation. You shouldn't be like, well, I have this and I'm that. Like, okay, like, I get it. Believe in yourself. I so support that. But there's a way to do it, a time to do it, and a place to do it. You don't just go up to people and say, oh, I'm 1 million followers and this. Bro, it's giving LA. Like, stop. Like, yes, we live in LA, but there's LA people, you know, that just try to like upsell their image for whatever reason and upsell to make themselves feel better. I don't know. It's weird. It is. And people do that everywhere. But besides the point, let's talk about my experience on Bro Code really quick. The one time I went on Bro Code, I just want to start by saying everybody was super cool. It was a great time. Just want to say that. But I will never forget. There was a question, or no, Gavin asked me a question. And out of the blue, I'm just going to say her name because this is another, I'm not. So we're going to call her Gabby. Gabby at the time was a girl on the podcast, and Gavin had asked me a reasonable question, and Gabby out of the blue says, oh yeah, by the way, weren't you and Ryan beefing? And I was like, what? Kind of weird because Ryan's here. First of all, we never had beef, and you just spat that out of the blue. So it made me feel like weird and like kind of uncomfortable because you don't just say that out of nowhere. The reason why I'm saying that is because that means that somewhere, some way, somehow, Ryan was telling people that we had beef when all that had happened is we just distanced each other and he distanced himself from me. So to go out there, and this is all an assumption, honestly. Now that I'm thinking about it, I could be assuming that. But why would Gabby say to me, don't you and Ryan have beef? Gabby had to have known something. I'm not stupid. Okay? Just want to point that out there. So maybe there was some gossiping going on his end. I don't know. But it just, that was just another red flag that I just thought about too. This is important. Let's talk about Ryan and his relationship to girls. I heard about it on Bro Code. It's all alleged, by the way. Ryan had an obsession with girls. At the time, I think everybody as a young guy does, right? But there's a difference between being obsessed with a girl and being like overly obsessed. You know what I mean? And so we would hang out with girls, and another good point that Bro Code brought up on their podcast is he cares so much about his image, and he wants to protect himself at all costs, which is another red flag, but also I understand. I get it. Protect yourself, protect your image. Yes, things go down in LA. Girls say stupid things that they don't mean. I get it. It's also a red flag because you're not Justin Bieber. You're not Brad Pitt. You're not this. Like, you're not an A-list celebrity. So there's no reason why you should be saying, oh, I have the best lawyers in the entire world, and I'm scared for this, and bro, Ashton, you need to put them on NDAs. Dude, what? NDAs? Like, bro, I'm a creator. At the same time, I'm a young teen kid having fun in LA at the time. There's no need to put anybody on an NDA. And he'd always say like, oh, bro, make sure to text them when we were done hanging out to make sure that it's in proof and it's in writing. Like, he just always thought 10 steps ahead, like in an unreasonable way to where it kind of kills the vibe, you know? So there's one moment that I can very strongly remember. There's a couple moments. First of all, I just want to start by saying this. Anytime that Ryan invited girls over to my place, because again, my home is a very loving home. I'm very respectful. My home, I want everybody to feel comfortable, safe, and that's it. I want to say that because what I'm about to say is what made me think and change everything. Anytime that Ryan would bring girls over, it would be a vibe. Like, I'm fun, we're having fun, and he would kind of just kill the vibe because he would question girls about certain things and like, oh, what do you think about this guy and how much money he has? And it's like, you don't just say that around girls. Like, that's just, why are you talking about other people again? That's just something you don't do. You don't just bring girls over and then say like, so do you guys like me for my money, or do you guys like me for the numbers? And do you like, oh my gosh, dude, please stop. Just stop. Here is what changed everything for me. Up until this point, there had been red flags, him talking about money, etc. But I also thought that, you know, you have to accept people for who they are. And maybe, just maybe, this is just how he is. He just likes to talk about money. He just likes to talk about fame, etc. Maybe that's just how he was. And so I accepted that. Up until what I'm about to say. The girls drive here. They come over. Everything is cool. Everything is great. I had no motives to do anything. I just like catching a vibe, whatever. And he was like talking to this girl, and I was just making everyone feel comfortable, talking to everybody as a whole. We go to get some burgers, and at this point, I remember someone one of the girls said something about Gavin's ex, and she said, and then he lost his mind. Oh, how do you know her? Oh my gosh, Ashton, it's cooked, bro. They know me, bro. They know me, like, they know Gavin's ex, and Gavin's ex knows me. Like, oh, bro, what do I do? Like, now I really can't get with her. Oh, it's all bad. And I was like, oh my gosh, dude. Just like, calm down. Again, why are you so obsessed with girls? They asked you a simple question of, do you know Gavin's ex? That's it. And like, you made it way bigger than it really was. You could ask this kid anything. How was your day? And it would be like the most calculated explanation you've ever heard in your entire life. It's weird. And then you kill the vibe. You killed the vibe there. I told him, bro, let's go to Saddle Ranch. Let's go chill and have fun. No, bro, let's just go back to your house. I mean, at this point, bro, I'm not doing anything with anybody. They're so weird, bro. Oh yeah, they're so weird. Yeah, bro, it's not looking good. GG's, game's over. I'm like, oh my gosh. Like, calm down, take it down a level. It's okay. Like, this is what I'm talking about killing the vibe. So we go back to my house and we play this game. I forgot what the game is, truth or something. I don't know, truth or dare basically. And we were all playing it, and again, like, everything was settled down. I calmed everything down. There was a question to, like, basically peck kiss or something. I don't know what the card exactly was, but it was like peck kiss, and everybody turns around and, like, looks away. So I look away. I swear I'm like this, and I'm with the other two girls, and we're all looking away, and I don't see anything, but I hear, like, he's I'm sick, so I can't yell. But just picture him yelling, "Oh, hell no. She just pulled out her phone. Hell no. Ashton, delete that. Tell her to delete that video." And I'm like this. What just happened? I'm like looking around like, what? Why did he just freak out? And he gets pissed. You just see in this guy's eyes, like, he's mad. And he grabs his backpack and he's like, "Hell no, Ashton." Like, he tells the girl he was about to kiss, like, "Congratulations, your friend just ruined it. You need to delete the video." And she says, like, "Look, I don't even have a video. I deleted the video." So obviously she did take a video. She said she deleted it. I don't know. You could have handled the situation 10 times better. You could have been calm about it. Said, "Hey, did you take a video? Why did you take a video? Okay, cool. Can you please delete it?" He runs out the house. I'm like, "Bro, what just happened?" He explains the situation. I said, "Okay, it's fine. I'll make sure she deleted the video. Let's go back inside." He comes inside and again, he was like, "Yeah, okay, I'm just going to chill, but I have to say one more thing." And I'm like, "What are you going to say?" He comes in there and says to the girl, I have a lawyer on payroll and he's $50,000 a month. And if you do anything," like, first of all, like, why would you bring up the lawyer thing? You're an idiot. You don't know who these girls are. These girls' dads could be the best lawyers in the entire world. This girl's dad could be a billionaire. Bro, stupid. Why would you say that? You don't say that. You don't say stupid stuff like that unless you're really going to do it. I talk to the girls. I tell them why. Like, I understand his side, of course. I understand his frustration. And I said to the girl, like, "Yo, with the lawyer stuff, please don't include me in any of that because I want nothing to do with that." After that situation, my mind completely changed. Super, like, I was like, okay, that is like huge strike number 2. Like, you were on little baby strikes. That was like a huge red flag. That was like God saying, like, just be careful with this guy. And he would love to talk about how whenever that relationship ended, that he was going to pursue that girl. It wasn't just who we're thinking about ex-relationship. It would be many girls. Huge red flag. Because I don't condone cheating. Cheating is not cool. And so if you already are planning to get with this girl when she ends her relationship, that's just bad intentions all around, and I just don't like that. I think that's weird. So, where do we start of why we stopped being friends, Ryan? Where do we start? It all started when I was at an F1 party for Vinny Hacker with my friends Thomas, Tim, or was Tim there? Yeah, Tim was there. Me, Thomas, Tim, and Joseph. We're at the party, and the party landed on Ryan's birthday. And so, I was still going to be there for my friend, and I was still a good friend. And I told him, I said, "Oh, bro, we should go to Ryan's house. He's shooting this thing, and they're having people over. Like, let's go over and sing happy birthday to him." Again, Ryan being obsessed with girls. On the phone, he says, "Hey, yeah, come pull up to the house. Can you bring girls?" At the time, I was a single man. I said, "Sure, I'll bring girls. Not a problem." I tell these girls, "Hey, here's the address. Come hang out, everything, come." I get to the house, and immediately it's just like weird energy, okay? I'm big on energy, and it just felt dark. It felt dark. It felt off, and all my friends could feel it too. And I was like, ooh, I don't know. Like, they were still shooting something, and I just felt off. I felt weird. I really did. After that, we went into like Gavin's room. I guess he like saw me. We were talking to Gavin. After the weird vibes, we're like, "Hey bro, what's up? Happy birthday." He's giving us like a house tour, and just the people in the house had the biggest egos ever. Like, crazy egos. They were not welcoming. You guys made me feel just so unwelcomed, and he made my friends feel unwelcomed. It was just weird. He also invited one of my other close friends, Eric and Luca, which I didn't know about until they told me. And so I was like, oh, this is great. All my best friends are there. So we're all hanging out at the house. We're walking around. And my friend told me that one of the girls had already crashed out on him. We're 30 minutes into the house, and you already have people being weird and disrespectful and then crashing out. Very weird. We didn't want to do something that they had asked us to do, and they were respectful about it to an extent. And so we left. Right as we leave, all the girls come in. Worst timing ever. And the owners of the house are like, who are these people? Who let them in? I'm not saying anything. Just keep my mouth quiet because I don't have to. We were going to leave anyway. And Ryan says, it was Ashton. Ashton invited all of them. And I'm like, what? Like, why would you throw your best friend under the bag, or under the bus like that? You just threw your best friend under the bus like that in 2 seconds, as if I mean nothing to you. So you get this gig at the house. You have the biggest ego of your life, and that's how you treat your best friend? I was like, wow, that's crazy. I know you're not a best friend. All the people that I brought to the house, Joseph, Tim, Thomas, Eric, and Luke, are clearly my best friends. Like, this guy is not. We leave the house, and I was like, dude, that's kind of weird that he said that. And Luca and Eric were still in the house, and I was like, I called them because I was like, oh, they coming with us to the next party. I called them. I'm like, yo, guys, come outside so we can figure out the plan. This is what Ryan says to me. I walk up. Ryan opens the gate because there's like a gate door and says, what are you still doing here? I felt so shocked. This is someone I considered a best friend. You open the gate, Ryan, and you say, what are you still doing here? Wow. I said, what did you just say? He said, what are you still doing here? And this is how you know he has the biggest ego. If you guys don't know me, when it's dark and it's late, I like to wear hoods, okay? I had my hood on, and Ryan said that I was trying to be all mysterious and quote unquote mysterious because I have my hood on. My hood on. Because I have my hood on, I'm mysterious. Bro, your ego was through the roof. What are you saying? And you don't talk to your best friend like that. You don't do that. Like, why? You don't treat someone like that because you have a big ego. You don't do that. So I'm thrown back by the situation, completely in shock, disrespected, all of it. Like, wow, this is what we're doing. And I said, Eric, Luca, what's your plan? You guys coming with us? Even Eric and Luca, by the way, Ryan, they're my friends. They're not your friends. Even admitted that you were super disrespectful and weird, and we don't know why you acted like that. Super weird. So my friends even admitted that was weird. And then he wants to argue back and forth with me, saying that, oh, bro, you're drunk. You're this and that. I was not drunk. It's really, really stop that. And then I leave, and I said to him, which he did not like, I said, bro, you're on the biggest ego trip of your life. He hated that. He starts yelling. We walk away from the situation. We get in the car. He's still yelling. And the owners of the house are like, oh, get the hell out of here. Which, by the way, Ryan, now you made me look bad in front of the owners of the house. I'm not a disrespectful person. That's why I went and apologized to the owners of the house, because I was hearing that you were creating false lies and narratives inside the house to the owners of the house to make me look bad. Don't appreciate that, friend. He sends me something basically covering his butt, saying that I was drunk and that alcohol. I'm going to read it word for word so we don't get it twisted. I'm not going to read everything because there are parts of it that were somewhat respectful, but he says this. From my perspective, it seems like the partying and drinking have been taking a heavier role lately. I don't drink and party like that. You're insane. You said that to cover your butt. You know what you're doing. Stop. That's not how you treat a friend. You're not my friend anymore. We already agreed on that. So to say that really hurt me, to be honest, because that's how low you want to go. And I sent him a super nice message back. I didn't want to go public about any of this, but until I saw that other people went through what I did, I was like, you know what? I'm going to speak up for myself too. I'm not going to be trapped in a corner. Not today. Not anymore. You're not trapping me in a corner. You're not going to do this. Nobody's going to treat me like this. So that is my story about fake friends and what a fake friend can do to you. I don't know what else to say. I had nothing written, nothing planned. I just wanted to talk. So I hope you guys enjoyed Fake Friends. I'm sure it was a lot to take in, a lot of craziness, but I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Shout out to Linguini Arts and Crafts. Subscribe to become a part of the Hero family, and I'll see you next week. Peace.